Welcome back to Thrive at the Top. I'm Mabel Munyamani, the founder of Complete Wellbeing Global and the creator of the Safe Pillars Framework. And this is episode 3 of our aviation series, Beyond the Incident, Rethinking Mental Health Risk in Aviation. In episode 1, we explored the cost of silence. In episode 2, we unpacked fear of disclosure and why people don't speak up. Today, we are addressing something deeper and more uncomfortable: when policy itself becomes the risk. This episode, we're calling it Punitive Threshold versus Progressive Support, when policy becomes the risk. Aviation is built on standards, thresholds, rules, compliance, and for a good reason. But here's the question we really ask: what happens when the way we apply policy discourages early support and only reacts once someone crosses a line? Because in many systems, mental health isn't managed progressively, it's managed punitively. A punitive threshold is simple. Once you cross it, you're grounded, you're removed, you're escalated, you're labeled. There is often no middle ground, no graduated response, no early intervention pathway, no monitored recovery stage, just a cliff. And when people know that, they adapt. They push through fatigue. They hide the symptoms. They delay the disclosure. They manage privately. And not because they don't care about safety, but because they care about survival. But here's the critical issue: human risk doesn't suddenly appear at the threshold. It builds. Fatigue accumulates. Cognitive load increases. Sleep deteriorates. Emotional regulation narrows. Decision making degrades. But if the only response available is a terminal one, people will do everything they can do to avoid triggering it. So the system doesn't reduce risk, it hides it. And hidden risk is unmanaged risk. This is not about lowering standards. Let me be very clear. It's about strengthening safety. In technical risk management, we don't wait for failure. We monitor indicators. We track degradation. We intervene early. But when it comes to human risk, many organizations still operate on all or nothing logic. And that is a mismatch, because humans don't fail suddenly. They deteriorate progressively. So what does progressive support actually look like? Let's get into it. Progressive support systems include early confidential assessment, graduated intervention pathways, temporary adjustments, not permanent penalties, monitored return to work plans, ongoing review, not one-off clearance. Most importantly, they separate support from punishment. This allows people to raise concerns early, before safety is compromised. So here's where leadership matters most, because policies don't apply themselves, right? People do. If leaders are untrained, unsure, or fearful, they default to escalation instead of conversation. And when leaders only know how to refer up, they stop knowing how to support forward. And this is where mental health literacy is not optional. This is a leadership competency. Okay, so why does diagnostics matter here? Because you cannot fix what you cannot see, and most organizations don't actually know where people stop disclosing, which policies create fear, where leaders hesitate, where risk accumulates silently. And this is why diagnostics matter. No surveys, not engagement scores, but structured risk-focused diagnostics that examine culture, leadership behavior, psychological safety, fatigue exposure, and system readiness. Because policy intent and lived experience are often very different. So here's the question I'll leave with you today. Does your system support people before they cross the line, or only react once they do? Because if your only response is at the threshold, you're already too late. At Complete Wellbeing Global, we work with aviation organizations to replace punitive thresholds with progressive, safety-aligned support systems. Through our Safe Pillars diagnostic, we help leaders see where policy, culture, and human risk collide and how to fix it before the incident. So if you're ready to move from reactive management to preventative leadership, DM us to book a confidential diagnostic walkthrough. The next episode, we will explore what happens after someone discloses and why return to work is where many systems quietly fail. Until then, lead with clarity, lead with care, lead with responsibility.